There is a fight that almost every long-term couple has had, in some form. Even if the words never came out this directly, one person somewhere in the middle of an argument or a long silence thinks, "You are pulling away from me." And the other person at the exact same moment thinks, "I can't breathe in here." Two people, same relationship, same moment, living through two completely different. And here is what makes this so dangerous. Neither person is lying. Neither person is the villain of this story. One of you is genuinely terrified of being abandoned. The other is genuinely terrified of being suffocated. And the cruelest part is that the more one of you reaches out to fix the fear of abandonment, the more it feeds the other person's fear of suffocation, which makes them pull back, which feeds the first person's fear of abandonment even more, round and round faster each time, until both people are exhausted, and neither one understands why love started to feel like a trap. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why this happens, why it is almost never about how much either person loves the other, and what actually breaks the cycle instead of repeating it for years. Let's start with what this actually looks like from the inside, because most people only ever see their own half of it. If you are the one who reaches for closeness, texting first, checking in, needing to talk things through the moment, something feels off. It doesn't feel needy from where you are standing. It feels like survival. Silence doesn't feel neutral to you. Silence feels like evidence. Evidence that you are being left slowly, quietly, one unanswered moment at a time. So you reach, you ask, you try to close the gap before it becomes a canyon. And from your side, that is not too much. That is just trying to keep something alive that you are terrified of losing. Now flip to the other side of that same relationship. If you are the one who needs space, who goes quiet when things get intense, who needs a few hours or a few days before you can talk about what is wrong, it doesn't feel cold from where you are standing either. It feels like self-preservation, closeness when it comes too fast or too often, doesn't feel like love to you in that moment. It feels like pressure, like the walls are closing in and you need air before you disappear completely into someone else's needs. So you pull back, not to punish, just to breathe. And from your side, that is not abandonment. That is just trying to stay yourself inside something that can feel overwhelming. Here is the part that almost nobody says out loud. Both of these reactions made perfect sense before either of you ever met each other. This isn't really about your relationship. It is about two nervous systems that were shaped years before this relationship even started, running old survival code in a present-day situation that doesn't actually require it. The person who reaches for closeness usually learned somewhere early that love could disappear without warning. Maybe a parent who was emotionally unpredictable. Maybe affection that had to be earned instead of given freely. Maybe a household where being quiet meant being forgotten. So a part of that nervous system decided, stay close, stay alert, don't let the silence stretch too long, because silence has cost you before. The person who needs space usually learns something just as real, just as early. Maybe a household where emotions were loud, chaotic, or overwhelming, and the only way to stay okay was to retreat into yourself. Maybe love that came with conditions, expectations, or a parent's needs that always had to come first. So a part of that nervous system decided, protect your space. Don't get swallowed because closeness has cost you before too. Two completely different childhoods. Two completely different nervous systems. And now, as adults, they've ended up in the same relationship, each one's deepest fear becoming the exact behavior that triggers the other person's deepest fear. Let me show you what this looks like in real time, because it is almost always smaller than people expect. Picture a couple, we'll call them Avery and Jordan. Avery sends a text in the afternoon, "Hey, thinking about you." An hour passes, no response. By hour 2, Avery has quietly rewritten the entire story, Maybe Jordan's losing interest. Maybe this is how it starts, the slow fade before the real goodbye. By the time Jordan finally responds that evening, exhausted from a long day, Avery's tone has already shifted, a little sharp, a little wounded, asking why it took so long to answer one text. Jordan, who simply had back-to-back meetings and wasn't ignoring anyone, now feels the exact thing they fear most: being made responsible for someone else's emotional state over something that felt completely reasonable. So Jordan goes quiet, not out of cruelty, out of self-protection, and that silence, of course, becomes the exact evidence Avery's nervous system was already looking for. Neither one did anything wrong. They simply triggered each other's oldest fear in under 3 hours, without either one realizing what was actually happening underneath the surface. So if this is the trap, where is the way out? Because simply telling the anxious partner to stop being needy or telling the avoidant partner to stop being distant has never once fixed this dynamic, and it never will, because it treats a nervous system response like a character flaw. Here is what actually starts to shift it. The first move is naming the pattern out loud together, when things are calm, not in the heat of the moment. Something as simple as, "I think when I go quiet, you feel left. And I think when you reach for me a lot, I feel cornered." Neither of those reactions are wrong, they're just old. The moment a couple can name the cycle as a shared problem instead of a personal flaw in the other person, the entire fight changes. It is no longer "you are too much" versus "you are too cold." It becomes two people looking at the same pattern from the outside together. The second move is each person learning to do, in small doses, the thing that scares them most. For the person who fears abandonment, that means practicing sitting with silence without immediately needing to fill it or fix it, tolerating a few hours of not knowing. Instead of demanding certainty, the second discomfort shows up. For the person who fears being suffocated, that means practicing staying in the room one beat longer than instinct says to leave, offering a small piece of reassurance even while needing space instead of disappearing completely. And the third move, the one that changes everything once it is actually understood, reassurance and space are not opposites. A relationship can hold both. "I need a few hours," and "I am not leaving" can exist in the same sentence. "I miss you, and I trust you don't have to respond right this second" can exist in the same sentence too. The fight only happens when each person assumes they have to choose between honoring their own fear and honoring their partner's, when really the goal was never choosing one side. It was building a relationship secure enough to hold both truths at the same time. Here is the line I want you to walk away with. You are not abandoning them by needing space, and they are not suffocating you by needing closeness. You are both speaking a language shaped by people who loved you imperfectly long before this relationship ever began. The work isn't proving who is right. It is learning to speak a new language together, one specific enough that neither person has to guess anymore, and patient enough that old fears finally get to heal instead of repeating on a loop. If this just helped you understand a pattern in your own relationship, tell me below. Are you usually the one who reaches for closeness or the one who needs space when things get intense? I want to know which side of this. And if you've ever wondered why you keep choosing partners who trigger this exact same dynamic over and over again, that is exactly what the next video is about. So make sure you are subscribed before it goes up.